I am Dr. Singappa, lecturer, Department of Economics, Maharani's Arts College for Women, Mysore. Today in this lecture, I am going to deliver on the concept of measures of dispersion. The measures of the scattering of items in a distribution about the average is called dispersion. The measures of dispersion is also called averages of the second order because they are based on the deviations of the different values from the mean or other measures of a central tendency, which are called averages of the first order. The concept of dispersion. Dispersion is variety, diversity, amount of variation between scores. The greater the dispersion of a variable, the greater the range of scores and the greater the differences between scores. So this diagram shows the concept of dispersion, interval ratio variables. This taller curve has less dispersion and this flatter curve has more dispersion. Definitions of dispersion. According to Bowley, dispersion is the measure of the variation of the items, and also Conner said that dispersion is a measure of the extent to which the individual items vary. So this dispersion is, according to these two statisticians, dispersion is a variety or variation between the observations. Methods of measuring dispersion. Number one, range, quartile deviation, mean deviation, and standard deviation. Range is defined as a difference between the largest and smallest observations in a given set of data. So that's why range is difference between the largest value of observation and smallest value of the observation. For example, here the series 1, 3, 5, 9, 11. Here the largest value is 11 and the smallest value is 1. So that's why the range equal to 10. So 11 minus 1 equal to 10. Then come to the quartile deviation. It is the second measure of dispersion. No doubt improved version over the range. It is based on the quartiles. So while calculating this may require upper quartile, that is quartile 3, and lower quartile, that is quartile 1, and then is divided by 2. Hence it is half of the difference between two quartiles. It is also semi-interquartile range. So quartile deviation is so we can consider in the quartile deviation upper quartile, that is called as a Q3, and lower quartile, that is called as a Q1. So Q3 minus Q1 and divided by 2, then we are getting the quartile deviation. The formula of quartile deviation, Q3 minus Q1 divided by 2. Quartiles, 3 numbers which divide the ordered data into 4 quartile sized groups. Number 1, quartile 1 has 25% of the data below it, and quartile 2 has 50% of the data below it. It is called as median, and quartile 3 has 75% of the data below it. This diagram shows the quartile uniform distribution. This first column is shows that first quarter, and second column is shows that second quarter, and third column is shows that third quarter, and this fourth column is shows that fourth quarter. Then comes to mean deviation. Mean deviation is also known as average deviation. In this case, deviation taken from any average, especially mean, median, or mode. While taking deviation, we have to ignore negative items and consider all of them as positive. The formula is given below. The formula of mean deviation is mean deviation equal to sigma d divided by n, deviation taken from mean. Mean deviation sigma m divided by n, deviation taken from median. Mean deviation equal to sigma z divided by n, deviation taken from mode. Deviation measures of dispersion. For example, here x variable, there are 5 observations: 13, 17, 14, 11, 15, and sigma x is equal to 70, and x bar is equal to 14. 70 divided by 5 equal to 14, and deviations. So we are finding the deviation x minus x bar. Here x value is 13 and minus 14 equal to minus 1, and x value is 17. X bar is equal to 14. 17 minus 14, deviation is plus 3. 14 minus 14 equal to 0. 11 minus 14 equal to minus 3. 15 minus 14 equal to plus 1. Then deviation equal to 0. The mean deviation here, x 13, 17, 14, 11 and 15, sum of x, that means sigma x is equal to 70 and x bar is equal to 14, because 70 divided by 5 equal to 14. The 14 is a x bar. And comes to absolute deviation. Absolute deviation, 13 absolute deviation is a square of deviations 1 into 1, 1. Here the sigma absolute deviation is 8. 8 divided by 5 equal to 1.3. So mean deviation is equal to 1.3. Next comes to standard deviation. The concept of standard deviation was first introduced by Carl Pearson in 1893. The standard deviation is the most useful and the most popular measure of dispersion. Just as arithmetic mean is the most of all the averages, the standard deviation is the best of all measures of dispersion. Standard deviation equal to root of variance. Variance equal to standard deviation square. So variance is a square of the standard deviation and standard deviation is a root of the variance. Standard deviation, range of suffer from a serious drawback, considers only 2 values and neglects all the other values of the series. The standard deviation is represented by the Greek letter sigma. It is always calculated from the arithmetic mean. Median and mode is not considered. While looking at earlier measures of dispersion, all of them suffer from one or the other demerit. Merits of standard deviation. Very popular scientific measure of dispersion. it considers all the items of the series. The squaring of deviations make them positive, and the difficulty about algebraic signs, which was expressed in case of a mean deviation, is not found here. Demerits of standard deviation. All these are the demerits of standard deviations. Now we are going to calculating the standard deviation. Here x is equal to 40, 44, 54, 60, so on. Then number of observations is equal to 10, and the value of sigma x equal to 660. Then in the second column we are going to find out in the difference. So here the x bar is equal to 66. We are finding the x bar sigma x divided by n. Sigma x is equal to 660, and the number of observations equal to 10. 660 divided by 10, the mean value is equal to 66. Here in this second column we are finding the differences. So 40 minus 66 equal to minus 26, 44 minus 66 equal to minus 22, and so on. In the third column we are finding the difference square. So 26 into 26, 676, 20 minus 22 into minus 22, 484, minus 12 into minus 12, 144, so on. Here sigma d square is equal to 3048. Arithmetic mean 66. Standard deviation formula is square root sigma d squared upon n. Standard deviation is equal to square root 3048 divided by 10. First we are dividing the 3048 by 10. Then to find out the root, that is 17.46. It is a value of the standard deviation. So here also we can find out the standard deviation. Let us come to variance. Variance is defined as the average of the squares deviations. Variance equal to sigma x minus mean population whole square divided by n. Variance equal to standard deviation square. I already told you variance is a square of the standard deviation, and the standard deviation is a root of the variance. Then we are going to find out the variance. So this is the formula of variance to find out value of variance. Variance population variance equal to sigma x square minus sigma x whole square divided by n equal to sigma x minus population mean whole square divided by n. So this is the formula of population variance. There are some of the steps of to find out the variance. The first step, find the mean, and second step, find the deviation of each value from the mean, and third step, square the deviations, and fourth step, sum the squared deviations, then finally divide the sum by n minus 1. Here we find out the variance. X sample equal to 9, 8, 6, 5, 8, 6. So sigma x is equal to 42. We add all the observations of x. That's why the sigma x is equal to 42. And second column, so that is a x square. So here x value is 9, and 9 into 9 equal to 81, and x value is 8. 8 into 8, 64. and x is equal to 6, 6 into 6, 36, and so on. So finally, sigma x square is equal to 306. In the third column, we are finding the x minus mean population. So here, arithmetic mean of x equal to 7, 42. So the number of observations 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and x bar is equal to 42 divided by 6. So it is a 7. And here x minus population mean value is 2, and so 1. Then come to the fourth column. It is a square of the x minus mean population. 2 into 2, 4, 1 into 1, 1, minus 1 into minus 1, 1, minus 2 into minus 2, 4, 1 into 1, 1, and minus 1 into minus 1, 1. So the sum of x minus population mean whole square is equal to 12. The formula of variance square equal to sigma x square minus sigma x whole square divided by n and divided by n. Here sigma x square is equal to 316 and sigma x whole square value is 42 square and n value is 6 and divided by n here 6. So 306 minus 42 into 42, then divided by this value by 6, that is finally we get the 294. Here 306 minus 294 equal to 12 and divided by 6. 12 divided by 6 equal to 2. So that's why the variance value is 2. So here also we can find out the variance. X I equal to 13, 17, 14, 11, 15, and sigma xi equal to 70 and x bar is equal to 14, and this is the new data 130, 170, 140, 110, 150. So finally the sum of the new data equal to 700 and mean of the new data 140. Here deviation, and this is also absolute deviation, and here square deviation. So the sum of the square deviation is equal to 20 and 20 sum of the square deviation this is, and the value of the variance is equal to 400, and finally the standard deviation is equal to 20, because I already told you. So standard deviation is a root of the variance, so that's why variance equal to here 400. Therefore the value of the standard deviation is 20, because the root of the 400 is 20. Then we are going to find out the relative dispersion. Here coefficient of quartile deviation, coefficient of mean deviation, coefficient of variation. Coefficient of variation. So one ratio measure of dispersion for inequality is called the coefficient of variation, which is simply the standard deviation divided by the mean. So always we are measure the coefficient of variation in percentage. Coefficient of variation, the formula of the coefficient variation, S divided by x bar into 100. Coefficient of variation, here we are going to find out the coefficient of variation through the help of x sample or x variable. The observations of x variables are here 13, 17, 14, 11, 15. So sum of x equal to 70 and x bar is equal to 14, because 70 divided by number of observations number of observations are 5 here. Therefore, 70 divided by 5 equal to 14. So 14 is the mean value, and so on. Here, the absolute deviation is 8. 8 divided by 5, the mean deviation is 1.6, and square deviation is 1. So because here xi minus x bar value is 1, 1 into 1, 1, and 3 into 3, 9, 0 into 0, 0, 3 into 3, 9, and so on. Finally, the square deviation, sum of the square deviation equal to 20. Then variance is 20 divided by 5 equal to 4, and standard deviation is 2. Finally, we come to the other step of measures of dispersion is Lorentz curve. Another measure of dispersion in ratio variables is the Gini coefficient of inequality. The Gini index is based on comparison between the actual cumulative distribution when cases are ranked ordered from lowest to highest value. Example, from poorest to richest, and the cumulative distribution that would exist if all cases had the same values. Both the coefficient of variation and the Gini index are pure numbers not expressed in any units and unaffected by changing units. However, the Gini index is also standardized with values that ranges from a minimum of 0, it is perfect equality, to a maximum of 1, perfect inequality. So that's why in the Lorentz curve, minimum 0, that shows that perfect equality, and maximum 1, it shows the perfect inequality. This diagram shows that the Gini index. So this curve is a Lorentz curve for a perfectly equal distribution, and this space shows that Gini index, and this curve is a Lorentz curve. Thank you very much.